Hello, my name is Teva Saks, and I'm here to do a retrospective session summary for the OpenDApp framework proposal. This was our last session for this series, and I'm going to share a screen, open Miro board, where we took some notes while we were doing these discussions. At the start, of course, I shared a bit of about OpenDApp framework proposal and the issues and why we are doing it. Shared a little of our initial framework we had, the closeout report, took some snippets from there, and then the learning material that we have been writing all that time. And there's also a link to the main project management board where you will see all the stuff, how do we did the sessions themselves, how we organized. And we also had a bit of discussion from our inside, like how did we do it, how well it went, and some feedback how others perceived our outreach and the way we organized these sessions. Over the sessions, most of the stuff we're discussing about learnings, so either framework learnings or learnings in general from the specific session. So we had like cultures and tools and task management, and these brought up like different learnings from there. And then we also stopped at like talking about next steps. So when you open this framework material, you will see that I have aggregated main points of lessons learned and next steps into the material. So yeah, if I read through some, we aspire to produce a framework for decentralized project management applications, but realize that our approach might not suit all projects. We emphasize that culture of accepting and welcoming change is essential. There are no specific tools to be used in a decentralized ecosystem, but rather we often optimize for needs and wants within the community. Using framework process approach brought order to chaotic situations and left no room for uncertainty. Sometimes it's beneficial to allow process to merge organically from participants. And these were mainly particular to the SingularityNet ecosystem, where in Ambassador program, I took the framework and started like going through that step by step in order to establish a program in the program itself. It was like a translator workbook. And the framework is adaptable and allows for transformation. Changing the processes created within the breakroom requires clear understanding. So over time, it got like quite detailed, the framework, how you do task management process and what arrows to use, how to lane it. But yeah, it requires this kind of pre-knowledge of what are all of these means, and that before that, you cannot really change that stuff. And so it feels like rigid. And the sessions were valuable for critical thought, but much more challenged to use the material produced. So this is a challenge we should be like, when we, as continuing with this decentralized project management, to think of how to produce materials that can be used. So when I go back to the main board, so there was some items that we picked up. For example, I already like screened them. Good feedback was, well, how can I download the framework, or what? How can I see how like the templates what were used? So for that, I created a new area on top here. If I zoom out, you will see session management tools. Created a new window, and under here I added created like a new Miroverse template. So you can simply just click use template, and you will get access to the frameworks. And on the frameworks, you basically will see two things. One is this session construction, so what questions we asked from audience, and like area for meeting notes for them, and all the related info that was refined over the sessions. And then the framework itself that also got refined based on the previous session feedbacks. And here you can also see the updated version of laning and task stuff. And yeah, below you will see more examples of actually in use, how it's in use. And yeah, downloadable version will be also the beta file. So if you want, you can just download the framework itself and use it now. What else? I guess this is good. So place to kind of stop here sharing the project management board and browse through like the next steps, ideas from the session, conduct more sessions to discuss the functionalities that project management decentralized applications would need, analyze existing framework to understand the strengths and weaknesses, consider conducting similar sessions in other contexts or projects, transfer the BBL background knowledge on the MIA. And this is actually going to happen. It's just time crunch, and a lot of other work groups that I'm initiating have currently priority, but as they are ending, this content will be improved and reused for sure. Because I don't do stuff for grant funds, I'm doing what I'm gonna do anyway, and if it gets grants, that's amazing. We just can scale it up more effectively then. Build on insights gained from current efforts for organizing sessions on how to ensure that tools not power the users, and foster future discussions about how the tools have influenced and shaped the culture of the community. Some of these notes will, of course, also be included in the closing report and all the other assets I shared previously. So yeah, thanks again for everybody who joined in the last retrospective session, and all those people who are looking at this now post the session and seeing our output the first time. Yeah, see you around.